Hey there everybody, Reestimated here, and today I'm going to be showing you around this motherboard here. We can go over all the little things that basically make a motherboard work. So, obviously right here you have your socket for this chip in particular. This is a Z97 chipset, so it is the 4th generation, 3rd generation, all that jazz. Here you've got your MOSFETs, VRMs, all that stuff right there. Here is the APS 8-pin power connector for the CPU. You've got a fan header here for the optional for the CPU. Here up here you have the main CPU power. 4 DIMM slots here. You see the 2 grays are the ones you want to put it in if you're trying to do dual channel with 2 sticks, and of course all 4 if you're trying to do dual channel with 4 sticks. Here is the 24 pin for the motherboard. You have your USB 3.1 header here, as well as another fan header right there. You do have your ASUS, what is this, the XMP mode switch right here, toggle on, off. Your DRAM Memo K light. You do have a jumper up here for your overvolt. Right there. Let me see if I can get that in focus real quick. There you go. Your CPU overvolt jumper right there. It's currently set to on. If you want to turn it off, all you have to do is just move it over to the other ones, and that's off. Here's another chassis. Here's a chassis fan header right here. I think I already went over that. We have our heatsink here for the south bridge, which is the chipset and all that good stuff. Here we have another chassis fan header right there, along with a PCI Express X1 slot, another PCI Express X1 slot. You do have your SLI, which are these 2 right here, as well as another X8 slot down here on the bottom. You do have 2 PCI Express slots here. You have your coin battery for the CMOS, as well as you do have your switch right here for your TPU settings. So you have off, setting number 1, setting number 2. And then you also have your EPU switch here, off, on. If you're overclocking, pretty much you don't need to do anything with either of these switches. Here's your 3 USB 2 headers right here. Another chassis fan header. Your front panel connectors right here. You also have your power LED switch in case you're trying to boot your motherboard and your system outside of the chassis without the front panel connectors here plugged in. You can do that with this switch right here. As well as you do have your onboard or your front panel sound and communications header. Right here is your sound processor, as well as we do have a Nuvoton processor there, and an ASMedia media controller right there. As for the rear I/O, we do have our 7.1 surround sound here, as well as we have our gigabit LAN right there. 2 USB ports here. Those are both USB 3.0. 2 more USB 3.0 ports here. A combination PS2 port here for mouse or keyboard. 2 USB 2 ports here. Your VGA, DVI, as well as a display port and a HDMI port. Moving on to your SATA interface here. We have 2 USB, or no, sorry, not 2 USB. This is your SATA 3.0 here, as well as here and here. You do have 1 SATA Express, slot here with your two SATA 3.0s right there. You also have the M.2 slot right here, which supports all the way up to 2280 and does have a slot for 2260 as well. So even more support with your M.2 there. This is keyed. I forget what this key is called, but there's a notch right there on the side with no notch over here on this side. So you could fit even M-SATA drives there if you wanted to. It does have that functionality. That's pretty much it. You have all of your capacitors here for all your different components on the board. There's a little bit more advanced stuff around the board, like I have not checked to see what this jumper right here does. This is the sensor. Oh, I almost forgot. We need to find our clear CMOS jumper here. We also do have our SPDIF optical audio jumper right here on this top part right above the front panel audio. And we do have the clear CMOS right there. Yep. So that is pretty much it for everything about this motherboard here. This is the Z170, sorry, not Z170, Z97-A motherboard from ASUS. If you have any questions about the motherboard, or if you want to know more about it, feel free to leave a comment down below. If you like the video, leave a like, and if you want to see more, feel free to subscribe to my channel. This has been Reestimated.